I didn't look at any of the rules, so cool.
I downloaded the Bastion stuff that you sent earlier.
Yeah. There's no worries. We can run through it. It's dead easy.
But
the new DMG came out. I bought it. There wasn't a huge amount in it, apart from the magic items, which have all been kind of updated, and it lists much better ways, or at least a different way. I don't know if it's better to gauge how tough fights are. So instead of using the CR,
seems like the hardest part of DMing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, literally, all the fights I've been doing have been in the old way. They had easy, medium, hard, and deadly.
Yeah.
Now they just have easy, medium, hard, or they might call them something different. But they've 3 categories, and every fight I've run has been harder than deadly because we usually have 1 fight per long rest. D&D isn't really designed to be played like that.
Yeah.
So it's just Alpha Strike. You give everything, and it's kind of broken. But whatever. Okay, well the table's up.
Change. Be the change you want to see in the world. Give us 5 fights per long rest. Isn't it supposed to be like 8 or something? 8 encounters per long rest, isn't it?
It would take us fucking 8 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
With 2.5 hour sessions
between rests. The the assumption is that you're in a dungeon and every other room is a every room is a puzzle or a fight or a
Dungeons and Dragons isn't really built for role playing.
No. Although they do the best to shoehorn it in.
God, this guitar, man. Ugh.
Okay.
Not good enough.
What do we need then? Do we need TTS up?
Yeah, just because I've imported the rules into PDFs in here.
Great, okay.
And there's a selection. So the PDFs I have duplicated that are on the table at the moment. You guys are all level 7, is that correct?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Sounds about right.
So at 7, you each get 2 special facilities. But what we'll do is we'll run through, we'll draw a rough map on the grid that I can take away and make a proper map of. And then you guys can each choose your special facilities. So the way it works, it works is essentially you get a bunch of things for free, which are these single sheets up at the top of the table.
God.
So like fucking corridors, staircases, defensive walls, doors, and windows. They all come from. You get them, but the defensive walls cost money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was thinking, although I don't want to put words in your mouth, that you could combine your bastions into this precinct HQ or whatever we might call it.
Yeah.
And the idea would be that Ironside
Ironside is the general.
Ironside has essentially found a disused building in Verdun, and the Crown will pay for some of this to get it set up. And this would have been this kind of project on his side of things would have been initiated the day he first met Perseus. And what I was thinking was it's an old temple or temple grounds on the outskirts of the temple districts, and it was like, I don't know, an old god that kind of faded out, one of the older religions. And basically you've got this large building now that is unsanctified. It's not dodgy, but it's also
on an Indian burial ground.
And yeah, so I was thinking so in D&D proper, you've got gods of like secrets, and deceit and things like that. And what I was thinking was, before these new religions came along, this could have been the last vestiges of some sort of god of secrets, and I thought it'd be well fitting for you guys to kind of slot into that temple. It'd also provide a site big enough to have combined bastions, and it'd also have things like, well, they wouldn't be jail cells, but they might have been like a large
Good
basement where
undercroft.
jail cells could be built. Or yeah, exactly. The undercroft could be built
You'd
out.
have an undercroft or stuff like that. Definitely, if it's an old chapel or some sort of like church or some,
Or crypt
temple.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what a undercroft is.
Yeah. But it would have been debodied. There's no
Yeah.
burials here. There's no... Yeah. And I was thinking it was on a little bit of land as well. So while it isn't in the city, it's got some fucking, greenery around it.
There's room for a garden.
And then it'll probably have walls. But the walls are, like, each 5 foot square is 250 gold, and we haven't had any gold input into the party. So that's why I was thinking we just fucking design it, throw walls around it, and call it a day, and the crown pays for it. So the way it works is, at level 5, you are given a bastion, and your bastion can be independent and your own building, and it's got 2 special facilities, and then another number of like other kind of simple rooms. So that PDF that's in front of you is a list of all the facilities. And if you do want to combine them into this big thing, it obviously makes sense because... Oh, sorry, there's a overview list here as well. Yep. So you can see the ones that are available at level 5. There's only, 9 or 10. So between the 5 players, that's probably all of them, if you just do split it up.
Yeah.
And you can check the PDF that you should have in front of you. Fucking hell, it's like Beirut.
What?
What,
Fucking fireworks are going fucking mental from the flats across the road.
Why? Halloween, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, they can't be able to wait for bonfire night.
Don't have it.
I
We
would-
don't do
Yeah,
bonfire night.
Don't imagine you have Guy Fawkes in. Yeah.
I'm about to
In
say,
Ireland.
in America, there's
We had this
technically no
conversation-
bonfire night, but they still go off for fireworks.
We had this discussion the other
Yeah,
day.
but they don't
how,
do
like-
it on the 5th. They
Yeah.
do it on Halloween
Yeah.
because they've inherited the fucking
Irish tradition. of
Irish
Halloween.
tradition of Halloween. Anyway, so there's a handful of things here that will work and make sense, and then there's probably some that don't or have no interest to you guys. And they each give, once every 7 days, there's a bastion turn, or it can be, if we're taking a gap for a year in game time, we might lower that to a month. But essentially, every 7 days, your bastion can do one thing, and that could be make a healing potion, or make some weapons for the defenders. That's the other thing that comes with certain rooms is hirelings. So special facilities can come with a specialist. So if you were to take, say, Arcane Study, you might have an apprentice mage, like a level 1 or 2 or 3, whatever mage, would join the crew, the overall kind of 40, 50, 100 man team that's going to be running this unit. And then there's also just other hirelings, I think, like, guards or whatever. But because we've already talked about this, and you guys were thinking that you'd need, I can't remember what the numbers were now, but it was like somebody was saying 50, and yeah, okay. So, but people were saying like 50, and then you realize if you're doing 3 shifts a day, or a few days off or whatever a month, and you're talking, no, that's more likely going to be 100. So
Yeah,
just
you
for,
would,
but the Bastion defenders are going to be essentially the number of guards. Guards might not be the right word, but the number of police that are going to be in situ on this site 24/7. So irrelevant of how many are out patrolling or gathering information or doing whatever, these will be the people that will always be here. So we'll use that kind of rule system for this as well. So essentially, take a look through the list and see what fits your character, what you'd like to have, or what you think might be good for the team.
Well, I'd like to get that greenhouse. Know what I'm saying? No.
Garden rather than greenhouse we can get at this level, can't we?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a library for sure for Sam and my character would be interested in libraries.
Cool. Okay, we'll just look up library, see what it is, and we'll see how big we need to make it. So the facilities are all based on space as well. So cramped is a 10 by 10 foot room. Then roomy is a 20 by 20 foot, and vast is 30 by 30 foot, which doesn't seem vast. So
Wait, we can start our own guild?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, but that doesn't say if it's how many levels.
Fucking guild.
No,
For
it does.
God's
It does.
Is it?
It's
Library. Collection of
but
books.
it can be split up.
And you issue
Sorry,
a
Gex, go
research
on.
order. You can. Oh, it can issue get someone to research something for us. So basically, like 3 accurate pieces of information about a topic. That could be useful. It's like a 3 free. Well, no, it's not. When are we ever going to wait 7 days for anything in game? Like, I don't know.
Well, this stuff happens even while you're not there. So if something took you far away from the city, and you were away for 4 weeks,
So we journey 4 weeks in one session, then we can have 4
Yeah.
weeks done. Got you.
exactly. So yeah, you're right. The type of games we play are usually, hour to hour, day to day. They rarely take a 2-month break, or in game time.
Well, I'm voting library, so I guess everyone else.
Well,
can make
you
decisions.
get 2 choices yourself. So basically, between the 4 of you guys, you have 8 of these.
Oh.
And there are only 9 options for level 5.
Oh, so in that case, we have them all.
What are we going to leave
Including
out?
Sam.
Is the question.
Well, no, I wasn't including Sam in that list.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, so we get 2 each?
Yeah. So we could have all of them and then have one
Yeah.
spare.
No,
2
unless
special
Empty
facilities.
space.
special facilities, blah blah blah. Special facilities can't be. Each time character gains level, blah blah blah.
Character's Bastion starts with 2 free basic facilities.
So some of them have
Oh,
prerequisites.
The basic we get the free basic facilities. So we get the bedroom, dining room, parlor, courtyard, kitchen, storage.
Yes.
And we need to.
A character's Bastion initially has 2 special facilities of the character's choice for which they qualify.
Where's
So
that?
yeah,
And then a character.
special facilities. First paragraph.
And then, no, Gex is right though. I'd missed that actually. The character's Bastion starts with 2 free basic facilities. But again, there's so many of you. If you
Okay.
combine it, it will have everything.
Level 5.
If we
2.
combine it, does it also combine the square footage?
I was about to say, if we. There is a
We wouldn't have the room to have.
rule.
No,
Combining
I know,
bastions, 2 or more players can combine their bastions. Doing so
Is
doesn't
it-
change the number of special
Says
facilities
that
each bastion can have.
How the facilities work.
You're
or who
cutting out,
issues
Jamie.
orders to each
Yeah.
bastion.
Ooh, your ping is.
I'm cutting out.
high.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh, it's dropped down to normal now.
Yeah, it's going to wait until
Testing,
it starts
testing.
speaking again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're right.
Okay, better.
So if I'm reading it right,
Those bastion rules.
sorry, that each
Those are-
player gets 2 special facilities.
Yes.
And then each player gets 2 basic ones. So bedrooms, dining rooms. So everyone will probably need a bedroom. Maybe Sam doesn't want one. And then you'll need 1 dining room, 1 parlor, which I guess is American food storage area.
I don't know.
Kitchen.
People can share a bedroom. Just have.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, a sleepover. So we'll leave Sam's choice
Can't
to
just
Sam.
fucking
Parlour's
cave
like a
in
living room.
mountains.
Yeah. It's,
Oh, is
I
it
mean, it's pretty
living room?
obvious which.
a
Yeah,
parlour is
parlour is
a reception room or speaking room. You think of
Okay.
the French parlour. Parley.
Ah, Okay, I was thinking of like food, the pantry.
Pantry.
That's
Yeah.
storage and kitchen. Innit?
So I guess that'll be storage and kitchen. So I'm assuming. So yeah. I guess we're just writing all of them down. This is kind of pointless. I thought there was a larger list to choose from.
We got to name all our serfs. I mean, staff.
Hirelings.
Yeah. Oh, we're paying them?
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh,
obvious
okay, that's
which
no fun.
two.
No, the way between the Bastion rules say that the Bastion makes enough money independently to pay for all its hirelings.
Cool.
In the case of your Bastion, it's not going to because it doesn't make money really. But the Crown will be footing
So
the bill
public
for
service.
paying. Yeah, exactly. So the Crown will be paying, the guards' wages and stuff like that, and your wages. Exactly.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so there's 9 there. So what do people want? Karen, what's jumping out at you?
Kitchen, sure. Oh, wait, we get that anyway.
The kitchen
Well-
and the basics, isn't it?
Yeah, you get
The kitchen and storage would be in the
Which
basics,
specialty ones?
and then the specialty ones.
I mean, storehouse. There is a storehouse under specialty, so you
I don't know
could have that
what
one
storehouse
Yeah,
does.
that's a trade. That's a trade thing.
It might check garden.
Garden,
herb garden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or you could do a
Person,
food
that's
garden because you have
herbs.
different choices of gardens. So you could do a food garden, and then Larry could have a herb garden.
You can give the garden different jobs. Yeah, absolutely. So if you take,
I don't want a garden.
Or we could have 2 gardens if we really wanted to.
That seems a bit excessive.
Oh yeah, there's like
We've
I've-
got a spare
When we have
room, don't
money.
we?
4 or 5, 4 types of gardens.
I mean, it's pretty obvious which ones,
Oh,
which 2
food,
Paris is going to go for.
Ooh, okay.
I'm about to say
we
did you
might
know
we might be
you
interested
could do
in
a
the poison
poison garden?
garden. Yeah, I just noticed that.
Yeah, I knew you and fucking
Yeah.
Sam would want that.
Yeah,
Fucking Larry
that
and
could
the
that would
poisoners.
that could interest the both of us. Yeah.
Fucking sneaky fuckers.
You'll get a vote for that out of me, that's for sure.
Well,
There's armory.
you can have. I assume you can have 2 gardens.
Yeah.
I
Front
didn't
garden
see
and
any
back
mention.
garden. Boom.
Poison
Okay,
garden and a
there's
food
a-
garden. Just don't mix them up.
Yeah. Don't go out and grab some basil when you're pissed.
I know the food garden just gives you 100 days worth of rations.
Yeah, like,
Is that what it does?
Well, when you harvest it, when you do the harvest, like
that's
bastion
real.
action.
We're
whatever it's
never
called.
gonna fucking keep track of food.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Pub. Do we get a pub? Level 13.
Cooking aspect
Yeah,
is
you
just
get
a
a pub
fun.
much there. Yeah.
Hell
Oh yeah,
yeah.
some of the stuff is crazy. Like even the teleportation circle. That's
The
so
demi
handy.
plane.
Yeah.
The demi plane. I was reading that earlier today. That looks fucking brilliant.
Ooh, we could ask them to make common or uncommon magical items, but it doesn't get that good. Doesn't really scale.
It's it only kind of gets interesting at the next tier, I think. This is all just the basic stuff.
No, I'm just looking at the smithy. Like, it doesn't look like they can craft some magical shit, but not like very well.
Yeah, that's more for the players to craft.
Yeah.
So there has been new rules introduced on crafting
What about
stuff
the
as well.
workshop? What can be made there? That is the thing. This is the alchemy stuff.
Oh, I want that. Carpenters. You can make. Oh, it comes with tools. When you craft, you can craft gear, magic
Oh, we can
item.
recruit creatures.
Yeah.
We can have a
Yeah.
moat with crocodiles.
Menagerie, yeah.
You have to pay them.
No, you have to buy them though.
Bastion events.
Observatory.
So what we can do is just get out the type tool. Is there a type tool?
Yeah. You push T on the
Oh yeah, there it is.
F7. F7.
Yeah, and just type your name and the two you want on the board. And what we'll do is we'll figure it all out next week. Or during the week. I can put together a map or something.
Refugees.
Just noticed
fucking
Gex's
refugee.
writing going off the table.
What's wrong with it?
You're going for a library, are you?
Beautiful.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, library would be a good choice.
I mean,
See,
that's
I
just
was
for
going to go.
character-wise, but it's also useful.
I don't mind taking the barracks.
It's thematically good as well as useful.
Yeah, we'll stick the barracks down then. I mean, you probably don't have anything bar a garden that'd be character-wise.
And even a god.
So if you write down your basics though as well. So Karen, if you put down maybe, I don't know, kitchen and stores, and then barracks and garden, if you like, and then
writing shit.
just whack it on the table somewhere. Yeah, we'll clean it up. I'll save the table and clean it up next week.
Where's the list of basics? I've lost them. Facilities.
Felt the pressure wave from that last firework in my headphones.
Sick. Oh, fireworks.
Yeah, they're illegal here. We have to drive up to Northern Ireland to get them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for some reason we couldn't be trusted with them. Something to do with the 1980s.
Explosives? No.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the courtyard do?
Yeah, what do the basic facilities actually do? I can't find the list for them. What they
No,
do.
so basic facilities don't do a lot. They don't do anything. You just kind of have them for a
Oh.
yeah.
Let you sleep.
Is prison
Yeah,
on the list or cells?
Nope.
No.
Okay, we'll have to deal with that by adding.
Well, hang on. Maybe war room? Maybe there's cells in the war room?
Whore room. Let's go.
No fighting.
That's
in the war room.
level 17 though. That's a level 17 room.
storehouse.
Storehouse.
The house.
Yeah, can we have a dwarf room?
Yeah.
Or we could just turn the demi-plane into a jail cell.
The war room is where you plan military actions in consultation with their inner circle of loyal lieutenants, each one a battle-hardened veteran warrior who has a stat block in the monster manual, which isn't printed yet. You start with 2 lieutenants and can add more.
Wait, so it says that?
No. Basically, there's rules for defense and attack on bastions, and they help. And basically, it allows you to choose the recruit option, which you can recruit a lieutenant, or you can recruit a selection of soldiers. So it's more advanced. The workshop, you need to select 6 of a list of, I think, 10 tools that are available there. So it's is somewhat specialized. And then you can
Screwdriver.
craft
Phillips head.
Phillips, yeah.
Door.
Screwdriver. Flathead.
Hmm.
Oh, and it actually states the size of the rooms. That's why it does that. So these rooms do cost, but we're kind of waiving that, I think. Oh no, they don't cost. It's just the scale of them. So a war room is vast. A trophy room is roomy.
I imagine it's so you can like say, oh shit, this is bigger than the building. Well, I don't know why you didn't just make your building. I don't know why there's the size. I don't know why there's size for the rooms. Yeah.
Because you can add more space to your facility.
Because if you add all the rooms together, you eventually have to put a wall around the whole thing, and that wall is 250 gold per square.
Ah, I see.
So it's a way to it's a money sink for players.
Yeah, something to actually spend your gold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was also looking up the rewards according to D&D that should be handed out per kind of tier,
Yeah.
and it's fucking insane.
A pittance.
It's like the treasure hoard you should hit on. I think I'm not entirely sure how often, but I think it's at least once per tier. And a high tier treasure hoard can be, 200,000 gold.
Yeah.
It's really silly.
Oh,
And
like-
it also has a magical items checklist for how many magic items the party. I think it's per party, not per person, but it is also quite silly.
I think that's per party. Yeah.
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 And it's like 6 or 9 common items in the first tier. That's levels 1 to 4 or 1 to 5. And 4 uncommon and 3 rare. So I've probably been very stingy on this. It did also put a note in that the game has been balanced so that the magic items are just nice to have, opposed to necessary to keep up with the challenge rating.
Good. I mean, I feel like you don't having loads of them is should be a high level thing.
Should be a what thing?
High level. I don't want to.
Yes, I would agree, but it kind of assumes you're selling some or leaving some behind or leaving them in your trophy room or whatever as you level up and get better ones. So we will attempt to address that a little bit, but I don't think I'll be going as full on as they're suggesting, which is fucking insane.
So we'll get 5 magical items next session. Got
it.
I got one last session.
Yeah.
Jamie, are you taking Sanctuary?
Yeah, I'm taking Armory.
Got
I'm trying to debate
Arcane
whether or
Study,
not.
yeah.
I'm not
Armory's
sure
just a
what to
trade
go for the
unit.
second one.
The tangible benefit I can see
Armory's
for the
good for our
Sanctuary.
defenders.
The tangible benefit I can see for the Sanctuary is you get 1 free casting of Healing Word per visit.
Fern and Jamie have taken Courtyard.
Okay.
Whoops.
I'll change that.
So what
Has
we
anyone
need...
taken Dining Hall?
No. We need a dining hall.
I can take Dining Hall instead, and you can
Yeah,
keep
do it,
Courtyard.
yeah. I'm just checking whether if I don't know whether my background lets me use a druidic focus or not. If it does, then I will take both the Arcane Study and the Sanctuary, because I can take both. But I want to make sure.
And the other thing is, I know Parlour is down there as a basic facility, but what we might do is throw in,
Like
I
a
don't
meeting
know.
room or an office.
Yeah, like either an office space or cells or interview rooms, interrogation rooms, kneecapping murder rooms. I don't know. Or do we just add them as freebies?
Yeah, there'd just be rooms that you just put what you need in them or beef up the door. Really. The cell can fucking be any room.
Alright, so hang on. What have we got to say?
Yeah, but it's how we handled them using these rules.
Let's see. Larry's taking the library and a poison garden. Khan is taking what's that? Food garden and storehouse.
Storage.
I won't take storehouse then.
Oh, barracks.
No,
Sorry,
I'm just taking the
food
storage
garden and
barracks.
barracks. Food garden and
Yeah.
barracks.
Yeah.
So what have you got, Jed?
Yeah,
I've got
this isn't
arcane
storehouse,
study
it's
and
storage.
I've got arcane study and storehouse, but I can change. I'm considering changing storehouse to sanctuary.
What does storehouse do?
Stores stuff in your house.
I think it's just like a trading post. But then again, I haven't looked properly.
There's one
Storehouse, order
hireling.
trade, storehouse. I've got it here. Storehouse is
Yeah.
a cool dark space. Trade goods. When you take the trade facility,
It's a cool dark space.
yeah, it says it's a cool dark space. Yeah,
That's funny.
so you can keep your
Its
flour. and
hireling
your bread
spends
and-
7
yeah.
days procuring non-magical items that have a total value of 500 gold pieces or left and stores them in the storehouse. Or the hireling uses the 7 days to sell goods in the storehouse. You bear the total cost of the purchases, and the maximum value of the items purchased increases to 2 grand when you reach level 9.
Okay, so
5
it's a
grand when
personal shopper.
he generates profit.
Automatically, yeah.
Hmm.
Do you know what? I'm happy to take that. Yeah, that seems like it'd be
Could be
mildly
handy.
beneficial. Yeah. If there's a non-magical item that we need, or we'd say, right, we need you to get all the blankets for town or something like
Or
that,
the
because
bits to make a magical item. Because, we can crash it.
for example, yeah.
Right. So
We don't have a
what is-
workshop, do we?
Alright, Sunny.
We don't have a workshop yet. No.
So depending on the items you're looking for, the workshop could be making the base item before it becomes magical.
Yeah.
And also, repair of armor, sharpen swords, shit like that.
Yeah. Drop.
Right. Gex, you've no basic
Oh,
facilities.
yeah. Okay. Shit. Sorry.
So do you want to take... I assume if you take a bedroom, it's your personal bedroom.
I'm sleeping in the storage. With the food.
Yeah, I'll take a fucking. Oh my god, what the fuck? I'll take a bedroom for me, and I'll take a parlor for sitting and chilling.
Cool. Okay. So is there anything we feel we're missing? We might just do fucking... don't worry about that, Gex.
Okay, so no.
I'll clean it up.
I just want.
Is there anything we're missing in order to sell this as a precinct or whatever building it might be, headquarters?
Reception.
Is it, yeah, receptionist, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's what the parlor's
So
for. I
the,
guess,
the front desk will be probably just part of one of those free
Make
spaces.
mine like a front desk in a meeting area. How about that?
Yeah. And then we still have Sam to chime in. All right. And did anyone have any ideas about... I know I pitched the idea of this old temple building. It doesn't have to be that. Does anyone have any ideas of what a city center kind of building this might be?
No, I like that idea, to be honest. It's quite cool.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like a walled area. And I think it does state how high the walls are. I think they are like have fucking walkways around it and stuff. Their defensive walls are 20 feet high. and can include a walkway along its top and access to means to access it. So they're significant walls. So yeah, if we're okay with that in that case, we'll probably have one room that's, I don't know, whatever the facilities are vast. I think maybe probably the barracks or something else, where it would have been the old main hall in the church that is now changed out to obviously serve a different function.
If there's an old cloister or something like that, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
Or-
could do that, where you'd have a central courtyard
Yeah.
where the gardens could be. Because monks in medieval times, in the real world, they used to plant herb gardens, and they'd separate the herb gardens with these kind of, I don't know what they're called, like fucking midget bushes.
Yeah.
So they'd have a square of all these really short trimmed bushes. And in the center of that square, to kind of separate the species, they'd grow certain herbs for medicinal and food purposes. So you could have that for your,
The tonic broom
Yes,
purposes.
I'm
yeah, for your booze and your poisons and your food.
Or the Buckfast wine. Buckfast tonic.
Yeah.
Fucking.
So then what's the difference between greenhouse and garden? Has anyone looked that up?
Greenhouse.
I did, but I can't remember what it says now.
Yeah.
Sounds really important.
I noticed that there were different greenhouse, fruit of restoration. So greenhouse actually has some magical properties. So for example, you can make fruit that lets you cast lesser restoration. You can make potion healing, greater healing potions out of the greenhouse, and then other poisons and things like that. So versus
Sounds a
like
bit more versatile than the garden.
yeah, you know, at the garden, if you get a herb garden, you can make a healer's kit or a healing potion. The greenhouse, you can make a greater healing potion or like some specific poisons.
Yeah, it's like an upgraded version of the garden.
Yeah.
Any of the two gardens want to change?
We're not level 9, are we?
Yeah, that's the level 9 greenhouse.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay, ignore me. So maybe, yeah, that'll be an upgrade for your regular garden at some point in the
Yeah.
future.
I mean, the training area will be an upgrade to the barracks at some point, I'm sure.
Yarp.
Well, not all of them are upgrades because you'll get, when you hit level 9, you'll get an additional 2 per person, which would be another 10. So
But
the
I mean,
fucking
like, they're
facility
like,
will massively grow.
I mean, they fill the same like area, as it were.
They supplement one
Yeah.
another.
Yeah.
And the idea behind this is obviously,
The training ground probably improves the guards you get from the barracks.
I'd imagine so, yeah.
I know the armory equips them, so they get better. Training area, so look. Wow, a training area might be an open courtyard, a gymnasium, a music or dance hall,
Yeah, for a
And there's,
bard.
and there's a theatre. Yeah.
or a cleverly built gauntlet of traps and hazards for people like Larry.
Yarp.
Alright, so considering that this place is probably going to fucking triple in size by the time you hit level fucking 9, what we'll probably do is say that it's a 3 or 4 story building.
Yeah.
And that there are a couple of floors that are currently under construction.
Alright.
So there's people working the top floors, getting them ready for, the work or whatever, the scriptorium and the teleportation circle or whatever.
Oh,
And then we'll probably
Could
have
say
a couple of outhouse.
it's like
Go on.
You're lagging right out again, Jamie.
Yeah.
We-
Oh, you've
could
just
say
hit
it's like a
999
large
thing.
underground section being built.
Well, I'm thinking there was one floor down anyway. So, a crypt that has been cleared out and has
Oh,
been turned
fuck's sake,
into
why
a
is
handful of
my
cells.
Discord lagging.
Yeah,
You
cells was
dropped
important.
from the game.
It's because
Yeah.
my mum's fucking using internet at the same time. Yeah, just
What was it? 1990s. She picked up the phone. Fucking hell.
say, what the fuck is my mum? I don't know. Say, what the fuck is she using so much internet?
Nothing downloading it in the background then.
All you have to do is get onto that router and fucking make sure she can only ever
Yeah,
use
just
5
click her off.
meg of fucking
Yeah, limit her. Yeah. Hmm.
And so in order to get this bastion, there will have to be a trip back to Ironside. Ironhand. I can never remember.
Old Iron Balls.
Or at least some chat between you, reports given, updates on the situation. Well, you have updates considering you've faced the drow now.
Yeah.
And you have one captured, so there will be things to do.
Yeah, we're gonna have to hand her over to him and then have a chat.
Or keep her in the bastion.
Not even in the bastion right now. We're inside that fucking house that the drow turned into their headquarters.
Yeah, I mean that's the other alternative is that we just move in there. There are two houses.
Except-
There are two houses in which all the residents have been murdered.
And there's a hose straight into the sewers.
But there's also no defensive walls.
Yeah, true.
They're out in the street.
Important, I guess.
And they're street-facing properties. It could possibly be remedied if you really wanted that.
No,
Put
I
in a
think
walkway on the 3rd floor, linking both the houses.
for aesthetic purposes, I think moving into an old, decrepit temple would be rad.
Mm-hmm.
And
And I was thinking that the city, I only had this thought because we were talking about, what was the name of the force and are they secret or are they known to the general public?
sure.
And I was thinking, so the city could have 12 policing zones because it's a big city. It's a couple 100,000 people. And you guys would be precinct 13.
Yeah.
So this building could be known as precinct 13 and it's kind of kept off the books. And then we can have an assault on precinct 13 episode at some point.
Sure.
Sounds perfect.
All right, well, there's not really much else to do, I don't think. We'll just update Sam about what decisions we've made and what he might like to choose, and then we can get going next week.
Okay.
Do you guys have any ideas about what you're planning on doing next?
So we've got those two leads, right? We've got the library and we've got the noble's house up in the mountains.
It's not. It's on the coast.
It's on the
But
coast. Okay.
it's on a cliff on the coast. It's higher. It's not on the sea front,
I've got the names written down somewhere, and
Yeah, Farron. The name of the family was the Farrons,
yes,
and then the other site was the library. I don't remember what name I called it.
yeah, it was the university library and something. I think that's got to be. I think that's
It was
got to
the
be the
Temple of
first
Knowledge
hit.
or something.
Yeah.
Let's. Yeah. Supposed weak cell in the north of the city, in the lowest basement, in the library, by the university, and the palace.
I'll be back in a second. Carry on without me. I'm just trying to get the bird to go downstairs.
All right.
So yeah, so lowest basement, library, the university, and the palace in the north of the city is what I've got for that other. And then Rick Farron is the Lord.
All right, I'm going to save up the table
Yeah,
now.
Thanks, Gav.
so Farron's mansion, that's not in the city, is it? That's outside the city.
It's
No,
outside the
it's
city,
in
but
it's
that
in the
is-
city.
It's okay.
It's in the city on the cliffs.
Oh, it is in the city.
The palaces. Sorry, I don't have a map. Pain in the ass to make one. This the palace and the university and the posh area is in the north. Baron lives kind of in the south, but he is a small pocket of an also quite posh area, but it's much nearer mercantile concerns and the docks. So he has this fucking vineyard on the hills with a manor house at the center of this couple of acres of private land. All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
We got a
Also,
fucking house.
this-
Well, we will have a house.
We got a temple headquarters.
It's going to be weird for Fern having been effectively homeless for some time now.
Well, this is just essentially state institution, isn't it?
It's gonna be weird for Perseus having been raised by a simple blacksmith.
And it comes time in a paladin's life where you have to take on responsibility of others.
It's the thing, Perseus is brand new to the whole paladin stuff as well, pretty much. He's been a paladin for 4 years? 4 or 5 years?
Cool. Alright, I'll stop recording.